Hello everybody, my name is Alexandra Morley. I'm from Bury, Greater Manchester. I attended school at Woodhay High School in Ramsbottom, and today I'd like to share the beginning of my apprenticeship journey. Before we get into it, here's a little bit about my apprenticeship. I'm undertaking an advanced apprenticeship in technical engineering at William Hare. As apprenticeships are much to do with earning whilst you're learning, I attend Alliance Learning to complete an MVQ in technical engineering, whilst also attending Wigan and Lee College on day release. At Wigan and Lee, I've completed a BTEC and I'm due to begin my HNC in construction and the built environment in September. Each course lasts 2 years. Although 4 out of 5 days a week, I'm working in our Brandlesome office developing new skills whilst on the job in a working environment. To make the first step to apply for my apprenticeship, I ensured I had a well-written and presented CV. Always be truthful and honest on your CV and let somebody proof check it first. William Hare hold an annual open evening to welcome potential intakes of apprentices and show them around their facilities. I attended this open evening and I found it very useful to hear the current apprentices' opinions of the company and their jobs. After the open evening, I knew that William Hare was a good contender for the line of work that I was interested in, so I applied and sent my CV. Here's a little tip. Always attend a face-to-face open event if possible. This gives you a better understanding of the company and it allows you to physically ask questions that you might need to. After my CV was shortlisted, I was invited in for an interview. It's really important to be prepared for any type of interview and read the brief, if there is one, very carefully. Not to mention dressing according to the job you wish to do. A lot of companies may ask you to provide them with some research of the company, and that's what I did. So to begin my research, I simply did bullet points of key facts about the company. So in my case, I wrote down the different projects that the company had done, the different countries that it operates in, and the fact that it's a family-run business. Any sort of knowledge like this will stand you in good stead for an interview. I created this for my interview to show my creativity and my interests and hobbies. I then prepared a presentation explaining all the elements of the board. Try to differentiate yourself from other applicants. In my case, I was interviewed by 2 people in a neutral meeting room. I was naturally nervous, but the interviewers were very kind and welcoming. They asked a lot of questions about my experience and about myself in general. When I was told that I got the job, I was informed of my start date. We were also told that for the first 5 days we would be travelling to see the various facilities and companies directly involved within the steel industry. For example, our suppliers. The first day was mainly about introducing ourselves to the other new apprentices and getting to know one another. By the end of the week we were all really good friends. On our induction we went to Selbeam in Wetherby, which is one of our facilities that make cellular steel beams. Alongside this we went to the Scarborough facility where we were introduced to the Zeeman robot. And lastly, British Steel. This gave us an insight into how the steel as we know it had been made. Compared to when I started, I feel that I've gained a lot of knowledge about the industry and I feel a lot more competent when being asked to fulfil individual tasks. I also have a very helpful set of colleagues which I would now call my friends.
Hello, my name is Michael Behane. I'm from Manchester and I went to Our Ladies High School. I am currently completing an advanced apprenticeship in technical engineering at William Hare. I also attend Alliance Learning and Bolton College, where I am completing an MVQ in technical engineering. Also, I do a BTEC and HNC in construction and the built environment. The total duration of my apprenticeship is 4 years. I first came across William Hare at an open evening where I got a chance to speak to the managers, the staff, and the current apprentices about the opportunities that are available at the company. Once I found them to my liking, I submitted my CV to the company and they got back to me and offered me an interview. The interview was conducted by a manager and a member of HR, and I found it to be very pleasant. They were very approachable and friendly, and it was a great opportunity for me to find out more about what the apprenticeship entailed. Also, it gave me a chance to ask any questions about the apprenticeship that I wasn't sure about. The only thing I would have done different when applying for apprenticeships is apply earlier because I didn't know these opportunities were available for me. I felt as if college was the only route once I'd finished my GCSEs. So the first day at William Hare Company was part of a week-long induction into what our company was about, our factories, and some of the sites that we'd worked on. Part of the week-long induction was to take us to some of the sites that we were going to be working on or that was currently a live project. So when I was doing my induction, we was taken to Lancashire Cricket Ground and also Media City to see some of the structures that we had worked on. The first day when I was at my training provider at Alliance Learning and Bolton College took on a similar form where we kind of went through the curriculum for the year, what to expect, who our teachers were, and what sort of subjects we were going to be learning throughout the year.
Hi, my name is Lucy Banks. I grew up in Warrington and went to Birchwood High School, followed by Birchwood College Sixth Form. I work at Barclays in the technology sector, where I work as a problem manager, which basically means that I help fix major technical incidents and make sure that they don't happen again. I've been at Barclays for 5 years now and started on the technology apprenticeship straight after college, which was a 2-year apprenticeship. For my education element, I was given the choice of level 3 and level 4 college courses to study, or I was given the opportunity to complete a level 6 degree apprenticeship in digital and technology solutions, which was the first time this was ever offered. So I chose the degree apprenticeship, which took 4 years to complete and included a day's release to attend my lectures at Manchester Metropolitan University, and all the remaining work was completed at home or at work where appropriate. After first year, I was given the option to choose which course to focus my degree on. I had the choice between IT consultancy, which was more business oriented, and software engineering, which was more technical oriented. I chose the software engineering pathway because it sounded very interesting and it included subjects like computing, networks, security, and mobile app development. Last year, I finally completed my degree and graduated with a first class honours, which I am incredibly proud of, and I can now focus on furthering my career in my full-time role at Barclays. So I decided to take a higher apprenticeship because I loved school and I loved college and I just loved to study. So I knew I wanted to further my education, but I also really liked the idea of earning money. So I didn't have a clear idea of what exactly I wanted to do when I was older. I never really thought of myself working in IT, but the journey so far has been really fun and really interesting. I was introduced to my apprenticeship through a family member who worked at Barclays, and admittedly, I didn't have much exposure to apprenticeships from school and college. I filled out an application form online which included a cover letter outlining myself, my achievements, and my career aspirations. I was then invited to an assessment day, which included a day of many different activities which are designed to test your skills like decision making, teamwork, and interview competency. Throughout the day, the hiring managers would choose the candidates they liked to take forward for the apprenticeship. So during my apprenticeship, I was treated just like any other member of the team. However, my skills and experience were always put into perspective, meaning I was never pushed into doing something that I may not have necessarily been ready or confident in doing. My employers were really incredibly supportive of my apprenticeship, and on-the-job training was constant. Since my apprenticeship, I've been given a lot more responsibilities in work, and I've even been given a promotion. I'm now classed as any other member of the team, which sometimes feels weird, as some of my peers have up to 30 more years experience than me, but we are generally classed as equal, which is really good. So my apprenticeship really accelerated my development of some key skills within the workplace, like stakeholder communication and improved writing skills, which is definitely recognised within my team. I think a key tip I would give to anybody considering applying for a higher apprenticeship is to do your research beforehand. Make sure that it's the right subject and the right employer for you. 4 years is a long time to study your degree, and naturally it's a very challenging process. If you think you found the right apprenticeship for you, my advice would be to grab the opportunity with both hands and get the most out of it as you can. The support and resources will always be available to you from your employer and your training provider. You have the tools to excel, So get your career off to an amazing start.